Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Max Moore's Gymnasium on the campus of West Frankfort High School. Scott Hudson, love this facility.
One of, if not the oldest facility in high school basketball in Southern Illinois. It's seen a lot of great games. It's seen a lot of great players come through this gym over the years, and always love coming up here and sitting high atop in the penthouse to call a game. And Carterville and West Frankfort will square off here tonight in what should be an entertaining game.
It is going to be an entertaining game. I mentioned to Coach just a few minutes ago, there's a lot of similarities about these two teams. Frankfort comes in 2-2 on the season, Carterville 2-3. Don't know what you get really with either team. Frankfort comes right out of the gate, beat Pinckneyville in overtime, but then they turn around and get beat by Sesser. They get beat by Westland, and then they beat Salem last night. Carterville wins over Heron at the Pyramid in game one. They beat Meridian, as they should have. And then they had an opportunity to beat Marion and let that one slip away. So I'm not really sure what we're going to get with either one of these teams.
No, and Carterville's had a full week to prepare for this game. Of course, West Frankfort played last night against Salem and won to even their record at 2-2. So Carterville's had a whole week to work on some things. And the big thing I'm sure they worked on was handling the basketball. They're averaging about 19 turnovers a game, which is way too many. And against a pretty good West Frankfort team, you cannot turn the ball over that many times and expect to win on the road.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where you can stay connected on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. You can check balances, you can pay bills, you can even make transfers. Find out more, do it. Log on to their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Scott hit on it, I think, to me, as it has been all season. The Lions average 19 turnovers a game. In the win over Meridian, they only had, I believe it was 14 total. And it goes for any team. If you can control your turnovers, you got a better chance of winning a game.
Yeah, and it's not just one or two or even three players that's making those mistakes for Carterville. Everybody's in on the party, so to speak. But you look at this West Frankfort team. I was talking to their radio crew a while ago, and they said, yeah, after we beat Pinckneyville, we thought, man, this is going to be great. And then the next game, they go and lay an egg at Sesser. They've kind of been a Jekyll and Hyde team so far. But he told me that C.J. Johnson, their 6'5 senior, how he goes is how West Frankfort goes. If he starts off great, has a good game, they tend to play well. If he's not playing well, they tend to struggle. So we'll see how that plays out.
We're going to go on and take our first break. Just a few minutes ago, I sat with Coach Shane Hawkins, and we had a discussion about tonight's game and playing here at Max Moore's Gymnasium at West Frankfort. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio wJPF. Bring it to me. There you go, Coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our pregame show. And you heard him talk about they needed time in the gym. You know, Scott, they saw a lot in that Pyramid Plus tournament. And to me, the key to the success of the Carterville Lions is being aggressive on both ends of the court, just like they did against Heron.
Yeah, they have to play smart basketball, but you do have to be aggressive. We saw that in the first game against Heron. I was a little taken back by that. I wasn't expecting to see that type of aggressiveness out of this team, but I think that's how Coach Hawkins wants his team to play. That's how he played when he played high school basketball and at SIU, and he wants his team to do the same thing. I think in a game like tonight, Carterville's really got to get Garby and Down and going on the inside. They need that inside-outside game because Johnson's going to be on the inside. And if you can get him in foul trouble and get him on the bench, that'd be a big key for Carterville. But you know, we hate to keep bringing it up, but turnovers will be a big key tonight. But I really think if Garby, with his strength on the inside, and if Downen, who really was kind of, you know, silent in the Pyramid Plus tournament, not because of his own doing, but because of some of the big guys he had to go up against, I think Downen's going to be very, very good for this ball club going forward.
Austin Garby comes into tonight's game averaging 8.4 points a game. His big game was the first one against Heron. He had 20 that night. And then Eli Downen, one game, I believe it was the Meridian game, he had a double-double. 10 points, 11 boards. He comes into tonight averaging 6'6". He's not going against guys that are 6'6" height-wise, though. And so maybe he can make some noise in the paint for Carterville.
Well, he won't see the speed or quickness that they saw in the Pyramid Plus. But I think also, I talked about the inside game with Garby and Downen. If those guys have success, then Frankfort's going to have to double team either one of those when they get the ball down low. That's when you kick it out. When you kick it out to the open wing, those guys have to hit those shots. Carterville has not shot the ball well over the first 5 games as a team, but they've got to hit those outside shots when they're open.
Lions pregame show is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where they offer a variety of personal and business banking services. To find out more, visit the website, tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll continue on our Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center pregame show next on News Radio wJPF. No. Yes. Back at Max Morris Gymnasium, I'm Dave McKenzie. Scott Hudson alongside Carterville, coming off the Pyramid Plus tournament where they went 2-3. They opened up, Scott, with a win over Heron 60-51. Best game of the week came out, like we said moments ago, aggressive. They need to get back to that tonight.
Yeah, they've got to do that. And, you know, the other game that I thought they could have won was the Marion game. Marion came out sluggish in that 10 o'clock start last Saturday, but Carterville turned the ball over too many times, and Marion kind of ran away with it in the second half. But if Carterville plays aggressive, I think they can pull the upset here tonight. But again, you got to take care of the basketball. And I think Down and Garby need to have big games on the inside. As I said earlier, Johnson is their key to their offense. If he gets going early, they're going to be a load tonight. But if you can get Johnson in foul trouble, maybe frustrate him with some turnovers, maybe block a couple of his shots, who knows what can happen. But Carterville needs to get off to a good start.
Carterville dropped the second game against Collinsville, 66-29. They beat Meridian in that tournament, 57-34. And then the game Scott was talking about, the Marion Wildcats got to the Lions 59-42. And then Mount Vernon topped Carterville 67-34. West Frankfort started the season with an 86-79 overtime winner here at Max Morris Gymnasium over Pinckneyville. Then they followed that up 2 nights later when Cesar knocked them off 81-65. They lost at Westland 61-46. And then they beat Salem last night. Frankfort averages, this is interesting, they averaged 64.75 points per game. They allow 64.75 points per game. We could have it, we could go to overtime tonight.
Yeah, it could be a shootout. And Trenton Westland, always usually a pretty good ball team, one of the teams they lost to. And then, of course, Cesar. I guess that was the game where everybody's kind of looking at it like, well, what happened? You just beat Pinckneyville, a very good team in Southern Illinois, and then you lose at Cesar. I know Cesar's a good team, but that wasn't expected. Again, these two teams are similar, and I really don't know that either coach knows what they're going to get this early in the season from the squad they have, because they've been both teams have been inconsistent on both ends of the floor, and maybe this is the night that both these coaches find out a little bit more about their team.
This Lions offense, they average about 44 points a game, but they only allow about 55 points a game, so that's about 10 below what West Frankfort scores. So defensively, can the Lions hold up? Can they control C.J. Johnson? If they do that, like Scott says, they've got a darn good chance of winning this game here tonight. Pretty decent crowd starting to file in. The JV game ended about 15 minutes ago, and West Frankfort all over Carterville 80-57. Talk about hot shooting. When they get hot, man, they just start bombing them, that JV team.
Yeah, West Frankfort was the better shooting team, no doubt, in that JV game. But it was a very close game at halftime. I thought Carterville played a very good second quarter to make it close at halftime. But from about midway point of the third quarter on, West Frankfort took control of the game.
If you're listening to us on AM 1340, you can flip your radio over to FM to 99.5 FM. wJPF on the FM. And if you would like to watch and listen to the game, head to YouTube and just search Carterville Lions at West Frankfort Redbirds. You can watch and listen to the call with Scott and myself. We're going to go on and take a break. When we come back, we're going to have our starting lineups. It's the Carterville Lions at West Frankfort. Saturday night basketball on News Radio wJPF. Okay. Well, I guess they're going to do the introductions first, apparently. Did they already do the anthem? I missed it. I don't think they did. Yes, please. But it'll be a quick hit, so. No, go on and keep it. Run it, just run it. Until I tell you. We'll see if they're going to do the anthem. Apparently not. It's weird. No, bring it back after this one. Back at West Frankfort, Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. The Carterville Lions just introduced. The starting lineup for the West Frankfort Redbirds will include number 3, Cole Leventi, the 6-foot senior, for head coach Evan Wiley. He'll also go with number 23, Kyle Hammers, the 6-foot senior guard. He'll go with number 35. That is C.J. Johnson. He's the one that drives the bus, the 6'5" guard forward. He's a senior as well. You have Ethan Cully. Wears number 41, 6'3". He's a junior. And then Bryson Cullen wears number 53, 6'5". He's a junior. So it'll be Leventi, Cully, Cullen, Johnson, and Hammers. For the Carterville Lions, same starting lineup we've seen so far this season. Luke Stritzel, number 5 at 1 guard. You have Tyler Biddle, wears number 22. Number 23, Austin Garby, averaging 8.5 points a game. Dylan Moore, the senior, number 24, averaging 6.5 points a game. And then the big guy in the paint, the sophomore, Eli Downen, averaging 6.6 points per game. Stritzel, Biddle, Garby, Moore, and Downen.
I think the guard play is going to be important tonight for Carterville, not only defensively, but I think they got to shoot the ball well from the outside. They need to get off to a quick start. As I said earlier, Carterville doesn't shoot the ball well as a team, or at least didn't in the Pyramid Plus, and that's got to change. And isn't a much better time than now to start that.
We're going to line up for our national anthem at this time. We'll be back. Play-by-play and tip-off next on News Radio wJPF. Max Morris Gymnasium, Saturday night basketball for the Carterville Lions. Actually, the first and only game of the week for the Lions. As we said in our pregame show, they played 5 games last week, and some valuable practice time for Coach Shane Hawkins and his Carterville Lions. See what they were able to put together here tonight when they take on the 2-2 Redbirds. Carterville 2-3 on the season. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, a certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. Here we go.
Carterville, I guess we could call them the Band of Gypsies, at least early in this season, because Carterville will not play at home for another, I think, 2 weeks against, I think, their first home games against Anna Jonesboro. Next week they have one game again, that being on Friday night at DuQuoin. So the road show continues for a while.
And actually for the girls, they actually have their first home game coming up Monday night. So, yeah, the whole school's been a band of gypsies. Both teams are on the floor. The officials are ready to go. Thank you for tuning in to Lions basketball here on News Radio wJPF. Ball is tipped around. West Frankfort controls the tip. They are in their home whites with the red letters, moving from left to right. Carterville in the road blues as it's Levante out top. He's guarded by Luke Stritzel. Right-hand dribble around the top of the arc. Gets it to Hammers. Hammers takes it around. Cross-court pass into the elbow. Kick it out top. Wide open three for Hammers is off the back of the iron. And Austin Garvey grabs his first rebound. Carterville with the ball now, moving from right to left. Austin Garvey out top. Tyler Biddle, head fake. Down to the left corner. Dylan Moore drives the baseline, puts the shot up, misses off the front of the iron. Rebound comes off to West Frankfort. It is C.J. Johnson, wears number 35. He's the engine of this Frankfort train. The shot from out top taken by Cully, no good. Carterville, another rebound. Nice pass down low to Eli Downen, who was cutting down the lane from Tyler Biddle. Carterville leads it 2-0.
Well, the Lions ran the floor very well there. They beat the Redbirds back into the front court.
And that's what they did against Tarrant as well. West Frankfort has it. Around the top they go. Levante gives it to C.J. Johnson. Left-hand runner off the iron, no good. Rebound put up by Melvin. He gets the bucket and the foul. The foul's going to be on Austin Garvey. And Melvin is going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
Yeah, Melvin got the offensive rebound. That's one thing that Carterville didn't do a very good job of the last 2 or 3 games at the Pyramid Plus tournament. They were relying way too many second and even third opportunities.
Austin Garvey's first foul as Melvin converts. He's got threes. It's 3-2. West Frankfort. Biddle across the timeline, gives it up to Eli Downen. Way out top, back to Biddle. Right-hand dribble down toward the right side, the right wing. Biddle stops, looks inside. Nice pass down low to Downen. He was wide open, passed up the shot, though. Out top to Stritzel. Carterville turns it over, the first turnover of the night. The other way, Cully takes it across the free throw lane. Wide open three from the top of the key, off the iron, no good. Out of bounds, belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Well, Frankfort has not shot the ball well to start this game. They're 1 of 5. So this is the type of start you need to take advantage of if you're Carterville. You're playing a team that's won at home this year, a couple of games. This is where if Frankfort's had a slow start, you got to take advantage of it.
3-2, Redbirds with the lead. Biddle pulls up his dribble. Man-to-man defense by West Frankfort right now. He needs to get rid of it, and they get the turnover on the 5-second call. He was just tied up. Nice defense by King for West Frankfort.
Well, Frankfort's playing a man-to-man, so there's no reason to pick up your dribble. You just try to penetrate. If you're cut off, you pull it back out and you run your offense.
2 turnovers for the Lions. 5:55 on the clock. To the right side with the dribble. Hammers gets it to Griffith. He works it over toward King. Back to Griffith. Out top. Guarded by Stritzel. Down low, they get the ball in the paint. Kick out pass to the right wing, wide open. That is Hammers. He backs it out top to Griffith. Now wide open three from C.J. Johnson off the iron, no good. He's cold so far. Carterville needs to make some hay while they can.
And Frankfort's had some open looks. They just haven't gone in.
3-2, West Frankfort, the 1-point lead. Again, Biddle pulls up his dribble, in trouble, needs to get rid of it. Finally does. To Dylan Moore. Moore to the right side to Downen. He drives, leaves it down low for Garvey. He puts his shot up. It's blocked partially. West Frankfort gets the rebound. The other way, West Frankfort layup is good. That is put in by Quincy King. He's got 2. It's 5-2, West Frankfort. Full court pressure. Minimal being applied by West Frankfort. They back off at midcourt. Downen brought the ball across the timeline. He pulls up his dribble, passes to Biddle. Wide open three from Moore from the right side. Off the iron, no good. Battle for the board, out of bounds. We got a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Good job by Biddle to get in there and fight for the rebound.
4:34 on the clock. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville. Proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions Sports. Don't forget, December 7th, Christmas in Carterville. That's a good event. Bryce Anderson checks in. His inbound pass is off a West Frankfort player. It comes right back to Carterville, to Downen. Downen at the elbow, gets fouled, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Downen got double teamed at about the free throw line. He was trying to go down the lane.
Foul is on Paxton Griffith. That's his first team foul on West Frankfort. Carterville ball. Downen way out top takes the inbound pass. Bryce Anderson out top between the circles. Left, right dribble. He's guarded by Levante, Cole Levante. Right side they work. Biddle. Back to Anderson up top. Now Dylan Moore on the left wing. Pulls up his dribble. Garby down on the baseline. Back to Moore. Out top, around to Anderson. Back to Moore left wing. Now to Garby. They're working the perimeter passing game right now.
Yeah, Frankfort's gone to a zone.
Get there. Carterville gets their pocket picked the other way. With the right-hand layup, it was Griffith that missed it. The shot's put up, a whistle and a foul. That may be on Carterville's Bryce Anderson.
Yeah, Frankfort went to a zone. Carterville's having trouble getting the ball inside, and of course, Frankfort is pretty much saying, okay, Carterville, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us from the outside. We're not going to let either Downen and or Garby do that.
Cole Levante at the line shooting 2. That foul was on the point guard, Bryce Anderson. Levante's free throw falls. 6-2 with 3:50 on the clock here at Max Morris Gymnasium in West Frankfort. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson, thank you for listening on News Radio, wJPF. Second one, no good. Downen gets the rebound. 6-2, 3:50. Clock's not moving. Clock's not moving. Still, now finally after about 15 seconds it does. Downen drives his shot. He gets fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot a couple more free throws.
I think anytime Downen gets the ball on the baseline and he's got an open area to go to, I think he needs to do that. Force them to stop him, and more times than not, they're going to end up having a fouling to stop him from scoring.
That foul is on Cole Levante. Downen at the line shooting 2. First one is on the way, rims out, no good. So checking in for Carterville, Cam Hall. He comes into the game averaging 5.5 points a game. He replaces Austin Garby. Downen already with a field goal. Second free throw is on the way. It's good. 6-3. 3:40 on the clock. C.J. Johnson out top. Works toward the right side. He's guarded by Dylan Moore. That should have been a turnover. It wasn't called. They work it around to the left side. Levante now out top. They get it to Cully. He drives, puts the shot up, gets the bucket and the foul. For the good old-fashioned three-point play, a chance for it.
West Frankfort's just doing a great job of moving the ball on the perimeter. They've got guys wide open, but they don't take the shot. They just keep it moving around, and when West Frankfort goes into the lane, you got to stop the ball. You have to stop the dribble at about the free throw lines. If you don't, you're going to end up fouling a guy, and on that possession, not only did you foul him, but he's going to try for the N1.
Bryce Anderson charged with a foul. He has 2 now. His free throw is missed by Cully. We have another whistle and a foul. It's going to be on West Frankfort.
I think they're called King for over the back.
Quincy King, the junior, 5'10" guard. Carterville basketball. Anderson stays on the floor with those 2 fouls. Into the game now. Cam Hall, Dylan Moore. Gets it to Anderson. To Biddle, right wing. Pulls up his dribble again. Nice pass to Anderson. He looks to kick it out. Can't, gets it to Biddle, and we have a travel. Tyler Biddle. 4 turnovers now on the Carterville Lions.
Yeah. We saw this last week at the Pyramid Plus, and you're just giving West Frankfort 4 extra possessions, and you're down by 5.
Under 3 to go here in the first quarter. 8-3, a 5-point West Frankfort lead. In the front court, hammers left wing. That is Cully. He's guarded by Cam Hall. Now they get it to Josh Melvin, one of the starters. Out top, wide open 3 off the iron, no good. That shot taken by Bryson Doris. Here come the Carterville Lions in the front court. Downen over to Bryce Anderson. Wide open 3 from the left corner off the iron, no good. Rebound off of Downen. Oh, they're going to say it was off of Melvin. of West Frankfort. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Give Downing credit. He went from one side of the floor all the way down to the other side of the floor on the low block to keep that ball alive. Now they're going to change the call. One of the officials overruled the other one.
Don't see that often.
Nope.
But it's going to belong to the West Frankfort Redbirds. 5-point Frankfort lead. Hammers, guarded by Dylan Moore. Left-hand dribble toward the left wing. They get the double team. The ball goes out of bounds, but they're going to say it was off of Moore. It's going to belong to the Redbirds.
Yeah, Hammers was using that right arm, that little
as a bar.
Yeah, he was keeping the defender away from him. I thought they might call him for an offensive foul.
I did too. Frankfort has the ball. To our right in the home white uniforms. They work the perimeter over toward the left corner. That's where you have Paxton Griffith. Out top, wide open three off the front of the iron. That shot taken by King. He misses. We have another whistle and a foul on the Carterville Lions. No, actually, I guess it went out of bounds. No foul.
I think they're going to, I think Garby was the one that came over and blocked the shot. But again, another offensive rebound that the Lions have allowed.
Still 8-3. C.J. Johnson's 10-footer is good. That's his first bucket of the game. It's a 7-point lead for West Frankfort. 1:52 on the clock. And a travel by Cameron Hall. He drug his foot. 5 turnovers on Carterville. West Frankfort, I don't have them for any turnovers.
They don't have any turnovers at all. And they're the team that's really playing the more up-tempo style on both ends of the floor.
Johnson drives the left baseline. Left-hand layup is good. Gets the bucket, and the foul will go to the line. This is the third opportunity for the and one for West Frankfort.
Well, again, Dave, Carterville's not shutting him off when he tries to drive to the lane. They're just staying side by side with him and then trying to block his shot when he goes up.
We have a timeout on the floor. It is 12-3, West Frankfort. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio wJPF. $30. It's 12-3, and West Frankfort has the lead, the 9-point lead on the Lions. At the line is going to be C.J. Johnson. He quickly has scored. He scored the last 2 field goals for West Frankfort, and now he's shooting the and one after being fouled by Luke Stritzel. His free throw is good. He's got 5. Carterville basketball. Anderson. Frankfurt starting to pick up the pace defensively in the backcourt. Anderson breaks the timeline, brings it to the right side. Now to Dylan Moore. He was wide open. 15-footer is good for Moore. We got a whistle and a foul on West Frankfort. That may be against Cole Levante.
Yeah, I thought Moore was going to take the three-pointer, but he stepped just inside the arc, got it to go. And now Carterville has a chance for a 4, maybe 5-point play.
That was on Levante. That's his second. So he's going to check out. Checking in for Coach Evan Wiley is Quincy King. Carterville basketball. Into the backcourt it goes to Dylan Moore from Bryce Anderson. Back to Anderson, left wing. Double team picked up there by Frankfort. Back out top to Moore, right side to Stritzel. To Moore, back to Stritzel, right wing. Pass down low is tipped. It's actually kicked by West Frankfort's C.J. Johnson. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Carterville's doing a little bit better job of moving the ball quickly on the perimeter against this zone. Somebody should be open. And again, you got to hit those shots. Carterville's only made 2 field goals so far in this first quarter.
Bryce Anderson checks out. Cam Hall checks out. Down and back in now. Luke Stritzel, Tyler Biddle, Austin Garvey, and Dylan Moore. The starters are back on the floor. Moore to Stritzel, right side to Biddle. Biddle looks inside, gets it to the right elbow to Garby. He kicks over to the left wing. That is Moore open for three, misses the jumper. Quickly the other way, it goes out to Brock Doris. He loses the handle, and that's the first turnover on West Frankfort. Carterville with 50 seconds on the clock. They can cut the lead here. They're down 13, but they turn it over. The other way, the right-hand layup is good by Griffith. His first bucket of the game, 15-5, a 10-point lead for West Frankfort. 35 seconds remaining. Biddle bumps into Hammers as he comes across the timeline. He pulls his dribble up way too early. Turnover on the Lions at 7, and quickly the other way. C.J. Johnson gets the flush. He's got 7, and they've all come in about the last 90 seconds for West Frankfort. 15 on the clock, 17-5. Biddle with the left-hand dribble, pulls up again. Now to Downen up top. Back to Biddle, fires from 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound, King. He takes it the other way. Outlet pass to Hammers at the buzzer is good. Kyle Hammers gets on the board, 17-5. 19-5, rather. West Frankfort the lead here at the end of 1. Second quarter action is next on News Radio wJPF. Back at West Frankfort after the first quarter, Carterville has posted their lowest point total in the first quarter yet this season. They've got 5. West Frankfort has jumped out to a 14-point lead, 19-5 as we head to the second.
It's never good when you have more turnovers than points, and that's what Carterville has. 8 turnovers. It's only 5 points in that first.
And West Frankfort has the ball to start the second. They get the ball down low. The right-hand layup is good by Bryson Cullen. His first bucket of the game, 21-5. Frankfort blowing out the Lions here early in the second quarter. Downen up top, Tyler Biddle. Looks inside. Biddle with the right-hand dribble. He's guarded by Doris. Bryson Doris picks his pocket, takes it the other way. Throws it up at the rim, almost gets it to fall, but he's hurt kind of twisted his ankle. The foul is going to be on Carterville's Tyler Biddle. His first, but it's going to be Doris at the line.
Biddle is really struggling handling the ball tonight. And Frankfort is just about to blow this game open, and we've just started the second quarter.
Tyler Biddle heads to the bench. Bryce Anderson checks in. 21-15. West Frankfort the lead. Inbound pass comes to Cullen. He leaves it up top for Levante. Pass is picked off. That's the second turnover for West Frankfort. We have a travel on Garby, who picked off the pass.
That's just bad luck for Garby. It counts as a turnover, which now I have Carterville for 10. But it's just he caught the ball kind of off balance and ended up traveling.
Shot is put up by C.J. Johnson. He's really heating up now. That is his 9th point of the game. Bank shot from Dylan Moore is good from the right block. That's good. He's got 4 of Carterville's 7. Eli Downen has the other 3. Wide open 3 from the white ring by Bryson Doris is good. 26-7. Out top, Eli Downen fakes the shot, gets fouled, and the foul is going to be, they're going to call it on, they're going to call it on Bryson Cullen, his first.
Dave, I really think they need to find a way to get down and more involved offensively. You've got a 6'4" guy that can go inside, outside, and he's almost been non-existent.
3 ball from Bryce Anderson, right wing, or left wing rather, is good. His first bucket of the game. And a whistle and a foul, and that's going to be on Dylan Moore, his first.
I mean, it's great to have a guy the size of Downen that can handle the ball, that's got soft hands, but he hasn't even been a factor in this first half.
Well, your guards can't pull up their dribble up top.
Yeah,
they've got to keep going, and that's
part of the
issue.
problem. You're having to have your 6'4" guy be your point guard.
Yep. 26-10, 6:40 on the clock. With the basketball, Bryson Doris. He's picked up defensively by Bryce Anderson. Out top, left side they go. Now they work it around the perimeter. Johnson fires from just above the free throw line. No good. Rebound comes off to Doris. Frankfort controls. Wide open 3, passed up by Doris. Little 12-footer off the iron, no good. Tip. Put back is good by Johnson. He's got 11 now. Carterville quickly the other way, a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on Quincy King, his second. Lions broadcast brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Local 702, providing proud sponsor and supporter of Carterville Lions sports, providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all. 18-point West Frankfort lead, 6:11 here on the second quarter clock. Anderson with the trigger, gets it into Downen. Downen fires from about 15 off the iron, doesn't get the touch. Rebound C.J. Johnson. Frankfort takes it the other way. Levante over to the left wing. They're looking for C.J. Johnson. Levante, left-hand layup, no good. Battle for the board. We got a whistle, and they're going to call that on Josh Melvin. His first. That's going to be the 6th team foul now on West Frankfort.
Yeah, this 5:51 to go in the second. Carterville really needs to start chipping into this lead. You'd like to get it to within 10, maybe under 10 by halftime. But Carterville's going to have to play a lot better on both ends of the floor.
Austin Garvey is at the line. First one bounces 4 times on the rim, and he gets the touch. His first bucket, his first point of the game. 28-11, 5:51 on the clock. Second from Garvey. Off the back of the iron. Ball's tipped around. West Frankfort's going to come away with it. They take it the other way. That is Levante. Left-hand dribble, left wing. Back out top now to Hammers. Kyle Hammers behind the back. Leaves it for Levante. Right side, wide open 3 from the right wing. Buried by Paxton Griffith.
And now a steal.
And a steal the other way. They put the shot up, and it's good by Kyle Hammers. He's got 4. Wow, 22-point lead for West Frankfort. Down low, Garvey gets his hand, gets picked. Ball's on the floor. We got a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Lions.
11 turnovers for Carterville in this first half. Only 2 for Frankfort.
Total.
And I wish I would have kept track of how many points Frankfort has off those 11 turnovers.
A lot. That's what your stats would say. Would be A-L-O-T.
A-L-O-T.
5:15 on the clock. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call toll-free 866-744-2468 or visit SIH.net. A whistle and a foul underneath. Garvey's going to go back to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
See, I think that's what Carterville needs to do, get the ball inside of Garvey and or down, and just let them go strong to the hole, because every time they've gotten the ball on the inside, they've been fouled.
The foul is on Josh Melvin, his second. Garvey's at the line, shooting the 1-and-1, gets the first one to fall. Second one is awarded to him. Connor Hawkins ended the game for the Lions. That free throw no good. Ball's tipped, it's saved, but he stepped out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
So that will be the 3rd turnover on West Frankfort.
Eli Downen fakes the 3, steps inside the arc. Now they work it around to the left wing. Connor Hawkins buries the 3 ball from the right or the left wing, his first bucket of the game. Big shot from Hawkins. Ball's thrown into the backfield, but the backcourt. And we have a whistle and a foul on West Frankfort. That's on Levante. That's his third. Coyotes lead the Blues tonight 3-1.
Boy, you're just full of good news tonight. I'll tell you, you're just full of good news.
We've got a timeout on the floor. It's 33-15. 30-second timeout on News Radio wJPF.
Carterville shot very well in this second quarter. 3 of 5 from the field. 2 of those are threes. But the bad news is they've turned the ball over about 3 or 4 times in this second quarter.
C.J. Johnson's going to go to the line. He's got 11. The 1-and-1 for Johnson is good, the front end. He's got 12 now. Scott and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal start of the game at the conclusion of the broadcast. Second one from Johnson is good. 13 now for Johnson. He had 7 in the first. He's got 6 here so far, and Carterville throws the ball. The pass throws the ball out of bounds from Downen. That is the 12th turnover on Carterville, the 4th here in the second quarter. Johnson in the backcourt. Dylan Moore on him defensively. Johnson loses the handle off his foot. It goes out of bounds. That's a turnover. That's the 3rd now for West Frankfort here in the second.
Well, he tried to do just a little bit too much. He had a guy open down in the left corner. Instead, he tried to take it himself and went off his foot and out of bounds.
Length of the floor to go for the Lions. 4:25 on the clock. A 20-point lead, 35-15. Tyler Biddle is back in. At the point, right side, Dylan Moore gets it down to Downen. Kick out to Moore. He goes into the lane. Right-hand runner, no good. Out of bounds off of West Frankfort. Belonged to the Lions. .407 remaining here in the first half. Biddle, inbound, comes all the way to the front court to Downen. He gets it to Biddle. Left wing to Hawkins, who hit a 3 moments ago. He needs some help. Right-hand dribble. His pass is tipped, but Biddle gets it. Puts it in down low to Downen. Right-hand layup. Can't get it to fall. Battle for the boards. West Frankfort comes away with it as Cully pulls it down. Quickly to King the other way. Down low. Nice job defensively by Dylan Moore to run in front of the pass, tip it out of bounds. It's going to belong to West Frankfort.
Well, Carterville just needs to try to win this last 3:43 of the second quarter. Be the better team. Cut this lead maybe down to 10 if you can, and have something positive come out of this first half.
They get the ball in to Cullen. He drives the right baseline. His little right-hand runner layup is good. He's got 4, all 4 of those points here in the second. Carterville into the front court quickly. Down and up top between the circles. Looks inside. Right-hand dribble. Down to Moore. He drives the baseline. Kick out pass to Hawkins, left corner. He drives. Right-hand floater. Good from Connor Hawkins. He's got 5. Nice move by the coach's son. We have a whistle in the backcourt on Carterville.
Yeah, Dylan Moore tried to cut Johnson off, who had the ball. A silly foul in the backcourt because Frankfort's been in the bonus for quite some time now, and you're just going to send a very good free throw shooter to the line.
And Johnson will go to the line and shoot the 1-and-1. 20-point game, 37-17. Johnson's first is good. 14 now for CJ. The senior guard, good ball player. And exactly what Scott talked about in the pregame. When he gets hot, that's how these Redbirds roll. He hit both free throws. 15 here in the first half for C.J. Johnson. Into the front court, Biddle to the left wing. Pulls up his dribble, beats the double team. Now to Garvey, back to Biddle. Right-hand dribble up top. to Garby, left corner. He has to pull up. Throws it away. 5 turnovers in the second for Carterville. Wide open 3 off the iron. Battle for the board. Connor Hawkins gets it. Look at Connor go across midcourt. Right-hand dribble, right side. Left-right dribble up top to Biddle. Left wing, Dylan Moore down low to Downen. Or excuse me, to Garby. He puts the ball on the floor. We got a tie up, and it's going to belong to West Frankfort.
14 turnovers now for Carterville.
39-17, 22-point lead. Dylan Moore is going to check out. Luke Stritzel comes back in. So Frankfort basketball, 2:35 remaining. Hammers. Carterville wants to get the trap. He steps through. His pass is tipped, but Frankfort controls. Cullen has it. Back out top to Cully. Wide open 3 from C.J. Johnson from Benton. And that was good for Johnson.
Well, when it's going good, it's going good. He banked that off.
18. I wonder if he called it. 18 for Johnson. Down and shot. He gets whistled and a foul. And is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. I think they get Johnson on that foul, and that's going to be the first on C.J. Johnson.
Every time Downen has got the ball in or around the paint, he has gotten fouled. That's how you can chip away at this lead, is let Downen and Garby get them the ball on the inside if you can, and let them go to the free throw line.
If I'm Shane Hawkins, I tell my team the first entry pass goes in the paint to Downen. Let him decide what he's going to do. He's either going to take it to the rack or he's going to kick it out.
Yep, nothing else has worked to this point.
Downen misses the first free throw. 42-17, West Frankfort all over the Lions. Maybe we can say, you can tell the Lions have been off for a week. Second from Downen is good. He's got 4 of Carterville's 18. Frankfort, right side, that's Hammers, Kyle Hammers. Leaves it for Doris. Fires from 3, a whistle and a foul.
No, it hit the guide wire up above the backboard.
That's right. So checking out is Bryson Cullen. Checking in is Brock Doris for head coach Evan Wiley. Carterville basketball, down and bringing the ball across midcourt. Right-hand dribble. In the paint to Garby. Looks for the cutter. Kicks it out top to Hawkins. Hawkins' pass is tipped out of bounds by C.J. Johnson. Belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Didn't know they ran a daycare up here, too.
Yeah. Track practice. Tanner Biddle, left wing. Takes it inside the arc. In, out. Pulled up his dribble. Now they can get the trap. Can he get some help? Just throws it up top. Connor Hawkins bails him out. We have a whistle and a foul on Quincy King. His third. So Cole Levante has 3. Quincy King has 3. And at the line is going to be Connor Hawkins. Connor tonight, he's got 5 so far. He's at the line shooting the 1-and-1.
Yeah,
double bonus.
At this point, if you're open on the outside, shoot. Because you're going to need a lot of threes to get back into this thing.
Hawkins gets the shooter's touch on his first free throw. He'll get the bonus. 6 now for Connor. He hit a 3 when he came in here in the second quarter. Popped a field goal. He's got 6 with that free throw. Second one is on the way. Rims out. No good. Carterville battles for the board, but it's controlled by West Frankfort the other way. C.J. Johnson out top. Left wing wide open. Back to Johnson. He's going to launch from 3. High arcing shot. No good. And the rebound by Connor Hawkins. Connor's got, I think it's 3 rebounds maybe.
He's got 2 rebounds. But he's been very noticeable in this second quarter.
He sure has. Carterville basketball. West Frankfort stepped out. Coming up, our halftime show being presented to you by Charlie's Heating and Air Conditioning. Scott and I will break down this first quarter. It's all West Frankfort. It's easy to break down. It won't take long.
break down, break up, break apart.
42-19. You understand now.
I got it.
Downing. Across timeline to Biddle. Up top to Garby. Garby between the circles. Right side, looks for some help. Gives it to Downing toward the left wing. He looks inside. Now Garby steps out across the top of the arc. Right hand dribble toward the right side. Biddle toward the right wing. Looks inside. Looks inside. Left hand dribble to Stritzel. Back to Tyler Biddle. 34, 33, 32 on the first half clock. Biddle just stalling. Pulls up the dribble. They've got him up top. Can he get some help? No, he throws it away. 7 turnovers. And West Frankfort gives it right back to Carterville. Garby to Connor Hawkins. Across the free throw line. Shoots off the back of the iron. No good. Here comes Bryson Doris. 4-3. Wide open 3 from the left wing. Good. Paxton Griffith. That's his second 3 of the game. He's got 8. We're heading to the half. It is all West Frankfort. 45-19. Halftime show presented by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating is next on News Radio wJPF.
In order to get an even load on the first half spots, we'll go 90, 90, and 60 before the third.
Okay. As something happened on your end, we are just getting blown out. You there? We've lost our audio. Thank you. Max Morris Gymnasium for Saturday night basketball. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. We're at the half, and it's been all West Frankfort. 45-19. Carterville has 15 turnovers total in the first half. West Frankfort has a total of 5. That's the difference in the game so far, plus the hot shooting from C.J. Johnson.
Well, we talked about in the pregame how Carterville had to do a better job of handling the basketball to possibly win here tonight. That didn't happen. 15 turnovers in the first half. Frankfort has shot the ball very well. Frankfort missed or only made 1 of their first 7 shots in the field, but after that, they caught fire. Frankfort shot 52% from the field in the first half. Carterville only attempted 17 field goals. They shot 35% from the field. Frankfort out-rebounded Carterville 17-9. Frankfort was led in rebounding by Johnson with 5. Garby and Downing both had 3 for Carterville. And, of course, we mentioned the 15 turnovers for Carterville and only 5 for West Frankfort.
Let's look at the scoring for the Carterville Lions first. Bryce Anderson has 3. Connor Hawkins came in. He hit a 3, a field goal, and a free throw. He's got 6. Austin Garby, he has 2 points in the game. Dylan Moore has 2. Eli Downing has 4. Connor Hawkins, the leading scorer for Carterville, with 6 points in that first half. When you look at the scoring for West Frankfort, it's all C.J. Johnson, 18 first half points. You have Bryson Cullen that has 4. You have Josh Melvin that has 3. Ethan Cully with 2. Kyle Hammers with 4. Paxton Griffith hit a couple of big threes there in the second quarter to start the quarter. He's got 8. And Bryson Doris with 3. Cole Levante's on the board with 1 for West Frankfort. 45-19. I asked Coach Shane Hawkins, how as a coach do you work on the turnover issue? Carterville averages 19 turnovers. They're well ahead of their pace for that tonight. He said you work on fundamentals, but one of the fundamentals you can't do is you can't pull up your dribble unnecessarily, and that's been happening by the guards here for the Lions in this game, and West Frankfort's taking advantage of it, points off turnovers.
Yeah, and also on those turnovers, when your point guard or your number 2 guard, whatever the case may be, pulls up their dribble, you've got to have help from your other players. Your other players have to go to the ball, kind of like a wide receiver going to a pass. You've got to go get the ball. You just can't stand there. So there's a lot of blame, I guess, to go around. But the guards cannot pull up their dribble, especially out 18 to 20 feet on the perimeter. You're going to get double teamed, and you have nowhere to go with the ball then, because Frankfort's guards are a little taller than Carterville's guards, so it's hard to pass over those Frankfort defenders. It's just it just snowballed so quickly, and Frankfort offensively, when they get the ball in the front court, they are constantly moving without the ball. They're finding open spaces. They got a lot of easy shots, and then of course there in the second quarter, they really started burying their threes.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, downtown Carterville for over 30 years, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions. Call 985-2502 or visit online, charliesairconditioningandheating.com. We're going to go on and take a break. We'll continue. It's 45-19, Frankfort at the half over Carterville on News Radio wJPF. (45-19), all West Frankfort here. Max Moore's Gymnasium, as West Frankfort just came out popping here in the first half, and they converted turnovers, and they have the lead 45-19.
Well, Carterville's just going to have to come out and play strong from the start. I mean, this may be too big a deficit to overcome, but you at least got to you want to see effort. You want to see Carterville play hard this second half, maybe cut into the lead and maybe make a little bit of run, at the start of the fourth. But Frankfort's just really dominated this game on both ends of the floor.
West Frankfort, the first one out of the locker room. And Carterville still talking with head coach Shane Hawkins. Yeah, the main thing for Carterville, you don't quit. You can't come out here and lay down in the second half. You got to fight your way back, take what you can get. Maybe Frankfort comes out cold. You can got to get a little bit of a run and maybe get back in this game. But you can bet that's what Coach Shane Hawkins is saying. We'll find out coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Carterville Wrestling is going to be at home this Tuesday night. Invite everybody to come out to see that. And they were at the Lawrenceville invite today, and Carterville did very well. So if you haven't had a chance to see Carterville wrestling, Coach Ruiz and the team, they do a fantastic job, and I hope you get out there and check that out on Tuesday. And then Carterville is going to be, you mentioned it, Scott, we're going to be hitting the road next Friday night. That's the only game next week when Carterville takes on the DuQuoin Indians in the first conference game for 2018.
Well, Carterville's going to have, again, another week, or almost a week, to prepare for DuQuoin, first conference game of the season, as you said. And, you know, I know we sound like a broken record, but Carterville has to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, because what happens when you turn the ball over 15 times in the first half to a good shooting team like Frankfort is, it's going to be a long, long night, and that's what we've had here so far.
C.J. Johnson, the leading scorer in the game, with 18. We're going to take our final break. When we come back, second half action on News Radio wJPF.
Hey, Dave, just a note for you. I'm having a little trouble with the Q button on your pod. It sometimes does not want to come on.
Okay. Back at West Frankfort, Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. Carterville Lady Lions are going to have their home opener Monday, Scott. They take on Anna. Matt Crane and his ladies, 5-1 on the season.
I wonder if the ladies and the boys programs both know how to get to the gym. They haven't been there in a while.
Well, they have
for a game.
They have GPS.
Okay, all right, that's good.
They have GPS. 7-1 right now. I said 5-1. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the clarification on that. Shane Hawkins, final instructions for his Carterville Lions. West Frankfort will have the ball to start play here in the second half. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where they offer a variety of personal and business banking services. Go to their website, tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Second half begins with West Frankfort and the basketball. C.J. Johnson, West Frankfort just below us here. They're moving from right to left now. Thank you for tuning in here on News Radio wJPF, 1340 AM, 99.5 FM. C.J. Johnson steps inside the arc now, gives it up to Doris. Around the top, right side they go to Hammers. Hammers left-right crossover. Nice job over to the right side. They kick it around. Frankfort showing some patience here with the ball. It's kind of unusual. Runner is good for Doris. He throws it up to the rack and it falls. He's got his first field goal. He has a three-pointer earlier. He's got 5.
Well, he dribbled right through his zone. You're not supposed to be able to dribble through his zone, but he sure did.
Carterville's basketball. First time here in the second half. That's Garby. Left-hand dribble now, Downing. Head fake, drives the left line, the left baseline. His shot hits the bottom of the rim. Rebound is controlled by West Frankfort. Here he comes to Kyle Hammers. Hammers drives the baseline. Kick out pass. They work around the perimeter. Nice passing game. Down low, they get it to Melvin. Turnaround hook is no good with the left hand. Gets his own board. He's fouled from behind by Austin Garby. And that's the second on Garby.
Melvin just wanted it more. He did a very good job of getting inside. He actually got between two Carterville defenders, just muscled his way to the rebound.
So at the line, shooting free throws, Josh Melvin.
Missed the first.
Thanks. Hits the second. He's got 4. Left-right dribble with Downen as he brings it up. He's running the point for the Lions as they bring the ball into the front court. Nice backdoor pass to Luke Stritzel, his first bucket of the game. The pass, the assist goes to Tyler Biddle. 48-21. 27-point lead. Kelly drives, right-hand layup off the bottom of the iron. Rebound Doris. Kick it out top. Left-hand dribble down the lane. His pass is tipped away. That's a turnover on West Frankfort. Here come the Lions. Downing, free throw line. Jumper off the iron. No good. Gets his own rebound. Takes it to the low block. Loses the handle, and we got a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, you can start to see a little bit of frustration with Downing. You know, he's getting a little frustrated, which sometimes if you make a big guy mad, he plays a lot better.
Will somebody make him mad?
Yeah. Get a Chihuahua, have him bite him in the ankle or something.
He's got 4 points so far in the game. He has the ball now in the left corner. They try to get the double team. He breaks that, gets it out top. Dylan Moore's wide open for three off the back of the iron. Rebounded there by Downing. He runs it down. They work around the perimeter again. Biddle, left wing. Luke Stritzel is wide open for three. In, out, no good. Rebound by Josh Melvin of West Frankfort. Into the front court. That's Levante. Slows it down. They kick it back up top to Hammers. Back to Levante. And now C.J. Johnson left corner to Levante. Left-hand dribble between the legs. Right side they go now to Paxton Griffith. Griffith hands off to Kyle Hammers. 5:05 on the third quarter clock. 48-21. 27-point lead for the Redbirds. Levante, left corner to Griffith. Back to Levante. Between the circles, right side to Kyle Hammers. Guarded there by Biddle. Wide open three from Levante. Too strong off the back of the iron. Stritzel gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Tyler Biddle. Left-hand dribble across midcourt. Right wing to Luke Stritzel. Between the legs, loses the handle. It's tipped by West Frankfort's Kyle Hammers. It belongs to the Carterville Lions. So Hosell changes for West Frankfort. They bring in 4 new replacements. Scott, close your ears on this.
Oh, no, not that dreaded name.
16:37 remaining in the second. 5-1 Coyotes. Come on. Over the Blues.
I hope I can get home safely.
Downing. Top of the key to Biddle. Now back to Downing, right side. Bryce Anderson fires from three off the iron. No good. Van Carterville just can't get anything to fall now. 48-21. Wide open three from C.J. Johnson. That's too strong. Rebounded there by Quincy King. Nice pass to Johnson. His shot is blocked by Downing. And here come the Lions. On the run, Moore gives it to Biddle. To the right block. Kick out to Moore. Takes it to the right elbow. Puts the shot up. Gets it to go. Well done by Dylan Moore. He's got 6 for the Lions. It's 48-23.
Yeah, just want to see, Coach Hawkins just wants to see his kids play hard the rest of this game. Down by 25, chances of coming back are pretty slim.
We have a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full as well. 48-23. West Frankfort over Carterville on NewsRadio wJPF. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, Max Moore's Gymnasium at West Frankfort tonight. 48-23. West Frankfort's only scored 3 points here in the first 4 minutes of the half. C.J. Johnson They work it out. Right wing, three ball is good from Doris. He's got 8. That's his second three-pointer of the game. Dylan Moore down on the low block. He has to kick it out top to Anderson. He drives, shoots from about 12. The runner's good for Bryce Anderson. He's got 5. Carterville making a bit of a run here. Just a little bit. Small steps, baby steps. And West Frankfort slowed down their pace too. They're not firing quite as quickly as they were in that first half.
Yeah, and Carterville needs to force some turnovers.
Skip pass to the right wing. Wide open three ball from King is buried. Wow, pretty shot. That is 5 for King. Garvey has his pass tip, but Moore gathers it in. Now Biddle drives the baseline. Runs into the defender there. Wide open 3 from Downen. In, out, no good. Foul from behind is going to be on Bryson Cullen on Tyler Biddle. He fouled Biddle. Second on Cullen. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Biddle had the position, and he went over his back.
54-25. Connor Hawkins takes the inbound pass, fires from the top of the key, no good. Connor's got 6 in the game. West Frankfort with the basketball, though. Kyle Hammers, right-hand dribble, reverses, comes back to the left. That's Cole Levante. Looks inside, in the corner now to Griffith. Down low, pass is tipped away by Austin Garvey. It's going to belong to the Lions, or excuse me, to West Frankfort, but a nice defensive job by Garvey.
Yeah, Garvey got over there and knocked the ball out of bounds, but West Frankfort will keep it underneath the basket.
Cameron Hall checks in for the Lions. He's going to replace Austin Garvey. So Hall comes into the game averaging 5.5 points a game. Garvey averaging 8.5 points a game. 54-25. Hammers throws it up with the left hand. Downen battles for the board, comes away with it. Nice job. Eli Downen, the 6'4 sophomore, out front to Dylan Moore. His right hand bank shot no good. Battles for the board. Look at Cam Hall go. What a job. Cam Hall battling inside. He gets his first bucket of the game. It's 54-27.
Yeah, he battled with a guy that's about 2 inches taller and about 30 pounds heavier than him.
He's just a hustler. Every time he comes in, he makes something happen. As Paxton Griffith has his shot blocked, it goes out of bounds, but it's going to belong to West Frankfort. I love the hustle, the heart that Cam Hall shows. He just goes to work.
Yeah, and he blocked that shot on this end.
So seeing his first action, checking in, is Nick Laird. He replaces Dylan Moore with 1.5 minutes remaining here in the third. 54-27, inbound pass to Melvin. He puts the ball on the floor. Carterville jumps on, ties it up. A jump ball, and it's going to belong to West Frankfort.
And guess who was the man tying the ball up? Mr. Hall.
Yeah, it sure was. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson, the entire city of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of the Carterville Lions. As Nick Laird has the ball, goes off his back and hit his foot out of bounds. Don't forget, coming up next weekend, December 7th. This is such a cool event, Scott. The Christmas in Carterville, very awesome. Lots of stuff to do there.
Are you playing the Grinch again?
I am.
Okay.
I may be playing the Grinch. I don't know. We'll see. No, not so far. Tied up again. That's a turnover on West Frankfort. I've only got them for 2 in this half.
I've got them for 2. I don't even have Carterville for a turnover in this third
We'll take
quarter.
that.
Yeah.
54-27. Under 90 seconds remaining here in the third. Carterville ball. They throw it away there, and we jinxed them. It's all Scott's fault.
It is.
First turnover here in the third. 54-27, 1:10 on the clock. Down low, Eli Downen slaps the shot away from Kyle Hammer, says, get that out of here. West Frankfort basketball. There's going to be snow in downtown Carterville for Christmas in Carterville, whether it's cold enough for snow or not. Top of the key, 3-ball from Paxton Griffith, his third three-pointer of the night. He's got 11. Carterville's pass is tipped away to Bryce Anderson. He gathers in. Wide open three. Carson Pearson into the game for the first time. We have a whistle and a foul, and that's going to be on Connor Hawkins as he went over the back of West Frankfort's Paxton Griffith.
Carterville has not shot the ball well tonight from the field. They've only got 4 field goals in this second half. I haven't counted up the total shots, but they're shooting probably somewhere around 25, 28% in the third quarter.
30-point lead.
And we got a whistle.
I think it's inadvertent. Their officials are looking at each other. They're going to try and they're going to redo. Do-over. It's a do-over.
You mean the entire game?
I would take that. Let's try this thing again. Maybe Frankfort's tired. We can get to him. 32 seconds on the clock. They break the press into the front court. Ethan Colley now out top to Hammers. He's guarded by Carson Pearson. They're going to hold for the final shot. I bet that guy right there takes it, C.J. Johnson. He's got 18, but he doesn't have any here in the third. He was the leading scorer in the first half. 10, 9, 8 on the clock. Wide open three from the right corner. In and out, no good. Ball's tipped around down low. The left-hand layup put back by Melvin. He's got 6, and that's how we end the third quarter. It is 59-27 West Frankfort. Fourth quarter action next on News Radio wJPF. What's the continuous clock number? Is it 30?
I think so.
In the fourth? I think so.
I think.
(59-27). It's all West Frankfort over Carterville as we head to the fourth quarter. Scott, let's talk about some stats.
Well, Carterville in that third quarter was 4 of 16. Frankfort, on the other hand, they were 5 of 16.
West Frankfort has the ball here to start the fourth. Pass is tipped away. First turnover for them here in the fourth. They only had 2 in the third. That's 9 total for West Frankfort. Carterville only had 1 turnover in the third. Left-hand runner from Bryce Anderson. The layup is missed. Frankfort gets the rebound. Don't forget, Scott Reynolds named our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Coming up, right-hand or three-pointer from the right side is missed. C.J. Johnson's there to put it back. His first bucket of the second half. He's got 20. Cam Hall, shot put up, no good. Rebound, Johnson for Frankfort. Down low, nice pass back door. They get to Cullen. He's got 6. Ball's tipped out of bounds by Johnson. He's going to come out of the game. He's got 20 right now. Starting to see some wholesale changes as we do have a running clock.
Yeah, continuous clock, mercy rule. This is not what Coach Hawkins expected coming off a week layoff. But it all started right at the end of the first quarter.
It was only 19-5 at the end of one. Pearson gets him, he travels. He hopped with the ball. So, after a week off, Carterville's going to have another week. Well, till next Friday night when we travel to Du Quoin. Conference play is going to begin for the Lions. That game time is 7:45. We'll have the pregame show starting at 7:30. Don't forget the Carterville Lady Lions at home for their first home game of the year. Nice pass back door to Michael Scales. Give that assist to Bryson Doris. 65-27. Hawkins loses his footing. Slides. It's a turnover on the Lions the other way. Left-hand layup by Isaiah Thompson is good. Carterville's. That was Cameron Hall with the bucket. He's got 4, and we have a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. We'll take a break as well. It's 67-29, West Frankfort over the Lions. Is this a full? Don't know yet. It must be just a 30. We'll bring it back. They should run the clock during timeouts too.
I agree.
(67-29), all West Frankfort over Carterville here tonight. Max Morris Gymnasium. 5:13 on the clock. On the floor for the Lions, Rafe Tuttle's seen some action. Chandler Roberts, Chan checks in. Carson Pearson, Cody Rector, and let's see here. That is Nick Brown for Carterville as well. Rolling clock here as we have play in the fourth. Some of the underclassmen getting in for Coach Evan Wiley, Isaiah Thompson, Michael Scales. Scales hit while ago, puts the shot up. He gets fouled. That may be on Chan Roberts, or excuse me, Carson Pearson.
Frankfort's a pretty good ball club. I think they'll give Heron a run for their money in on the Ohio side of the river to river.
Yeah, they are. They're nice pass on the entry to Collins. He's got 8. Into the front court, Cody Rector. To Carson Pearson, right wing. Left-hand dribble between the legs. Left side now. To Nick Brown inside. His pass to Tuttle was tipped away. 3 fourth quarter turnovers now. 4:15 on the clock. Frankfort's basketball. Down low, double team. Ball's tipped away, and it's a turnover on Frankfort, their second. Chan Roberts takes it down. His shot is partially blocked. The ball's on the floor, and Frankfort controls. Under 4 minutes. Bryson Cullen. Right wing to Bryson Doris. Gives it up to Michael Scales. He loses the handle. Ball's on the floor. It's another turnover. Comes off to the Lions. Chan Roberts, nice pass. Cam Hall. And he's going to go to to Carson Pearson. And he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. I said to you earlier, Carterville, all of Carterville's players have the same haircut. It's
pretty much, yeah.
It's kind of hard sometimes.
Maybe they all go the same beautician or barber.
That's possible. As Pearson hits his first free throw. That foul was on Isaiah Thompson. That's his first. But it's all similar. It must be a team thing. It's got to be. Second from Pearson is good. Also, if you didn't hear earlier today, Carterville's Luke Ford, the Georgia Bulldogs, gave up a 14-point second-half lead to Alabama. Georgia out of the national championship hunt now, I would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 2 losses. I think that knocked them out.
How cool is it that Luke Ford made it to the SEC championship game his first year?
Not many kids can say that in their freshman year.
People ask, well, what has he done? He played in 11% of the offensive snaps. 99 plays this year. I think that's what that stat was.
And they've got a good group coming back next year.
Yes, they do. 2 minutes remaining in this game. 69-31. Wide open three, a little strong. And it is Nick Brown that gets the rebound. Carson Pearson across midcourt, right side, Cody Rector. Step back, back to Pearson. Into the game, Jake Hickson. He has the ball, looks for some help, gets it from Pearson. Reverses, right hand dribble. Gets it to Chan Roberts. Chan tries to get it to Hickson, and there's a whistle and a foul on Bryson Cullen, his third. Minute 18, don't forget Scott and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. In our postgame show. Postgame show being presented to you. Wide open three is missed by Rector. Rebound comes off to West Frankfort. Postgame show brought to you by Polar Whip. Under 60 we go. West Frankfort basketball. Thompson loses his footing, gets the ball to Cunningham, who just checked in. Andrew Cunningham for West Frankfort, out top. .38 lead. West Frankfort throws it away. Turnover, the third. Clock continues to roll. We'll have our Polar Whip postgame show coming up here on News Radio wJPF. Thank you for listening tonight. We appreciate it. And don't forget, if you haven't already, tune in to wJPF on the FM. wJPF on 99.5. You can hear WCIL AM at 107.9. It sounds awesome. That's the final score here tonight. 69-31. All West Frankfort. Post-game show brought to you by Polar Whip is next on News Radio wJPF. Okay. Can't imagine he's going to come up. All West Frankfort here on their home floor. Max Moore's Gymnasium, 69-31. West Frankfort just dominates tonight. Scott Hudson, Carterville. At the end of one, 19-5. You hope you can turn things around and make a run, but then at the end of the second quarter, heading to the half, it was 45-19, and West Frankfort didn't look back after that.
No, they were the better team tonight by far, and you know, one thing that about Carterville right now, they don't have the offensive firepower to come back from double-digit deficits. They don't shoot the ball well from the field. They have trouble getting the ball to the inside, And so when you fall behind like that, Carterville just really struggles. I think they panic a little bit. I had Carterville for 20 turnovers tonight. That's right at their average. Shooting from the field tonight, Carterville only 30%. Carterville only had 11 field goals tonight, 30% from the field, exactly 50% for West Frankfort. They attempted 16 more shots in Carterville, 26 of 52. Rebounding, West Frankfort out-rebounded Carterville 32-17. They were led in rebounding by Melvin with 8. Carterville was led in rebounding by Downing with 7. 20 turnovers for Carterville, 11 for West Frankfort.
When you look at scoring for Carterville, we'll run through the list. Luke Stritzel with 2, Bryce Anderson with 5, Connor Hawkins with 6, Austin Garvey with 2, Dylan Moore with 6, Carson Pearson with 2, Eli Downen had 4 points, and Cam Hall had 4. 31 points scored by Carterville here tonight. When you look at the West Frankfort scoring, Isaiah Thompson with 2 late for the Redbirds. Cole Levante with 1. Bryson Doris with 8. Quincy King with 5. Paxton Griffith with 11. Kyle Hammers had 4. Michael Scales had 2. Josh Melvin 6. Bryson Cullen 8. But the leading scorer tonight, he's the man. It's C.J. Johnson. He winds up the game, ends the game with 20 points tonight. I think we ought to go on and name our Joe's Lawn Care star, Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. If you're good with that,
I'm good with that, and I think C.J. Johnson was the star of the game. We talked about it in the pregame how if he gets going early, West Frankfort kind of feeds off him, and they sure did that tonight. They really dominated late in that first quarter and never looked back because C.J. Johnson, who also contributed, 8 rebounds as well.
Wasn't pretty, 69-31. And Carterville have another shot next Friday night when they hit the road to take on the DuQuoin Indians' first conference game in the River to River Mississippi division at DuQuoin. We're going to go on and take a break. When we come back, we'll see if we talk to Coach Shane Hawkins, but we'll continue. It's our Polo Whip postgame show on News Radio wJPF.
Still have another 90 after this.
Okay. We may just close it up. You good with that?
Fine with me.
We'll give a minute and see. (69-31) was the final score. West Frankfort all over your Carterville Lions tonight. Here, Carterville. Scott, I had them for 28 turnovers.
For Carterville?
Yeah. I had them for 4 in the fourth, 1 in the third, 15 in the second, and 8 in the first.
Well, it could have been. I had them for 5 in the second half. But either way, that's a lot of turnovers. And against a good team like that, some teams have enough talent. Some teams have enough talent that they can overcome turnovers because they're great shooters or they got a great inside game. Carterville really doesn't have either of those right now. And so Carterville really has to try to win games that are in the 40s or in the 50s. And we saw that in the Pyramid Plus tournament with the games they won. Carterville won those games by playing good defense and keeping the score, in the 50s. That didn't happen here tonight. Frankfort just took off and dominated on both ends of the floor, and it was a snowball all night long going downhill for Carterville.
Just so you know, it was my math and my scribbling.
Oh, that's okay.
That's what it
That's okay.
Next Friday night at New Coin, 7:45 is the tip, 7:30 our pregame show here on News Radio wJPF. Don't forget girls basketball in action Monday night when they take on Anna. And the wrestling team is going to be at home, their first match at home, the Carterville River-to-River Triangular. That starts at 6 o'clock coming up on Tuesday the 4th. We appreciate you tuning in. We will talk to you Friday night on the road in Perry County. For Scott Hudson, for our producer engineer back at the studio, I'm Dave McKenzie. All West Frankfort tonight over Carterville, 61-39. Have a great work week, everybody. We'll talk to you next Friday with Lions basketball on News Radio wJPF. My bad. Brian? I just won't say anything. We'll just leave it at that. We're done. I'll talk to you later.